Salute and thank you, Nerd Soul. Oh yeah. Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go, man. Look, y'all know the deal. Captain America, y'all. We here having a good time. And look, we are not by ourselves. We got all kinds of people all in these squares. We got square right there, square right there, square right there. We got people here. So first, oh, and we got new additions. I don't think I've ever seen the dog. So so first up, Solar Gray, what's up?
Hello, everybody. This is Solar Gray, the Cinematic Sorcerer, coming at you from the Wizard's Tower with my familiar scraps.
Oh man. And we also have the headmaster of 133 Art. Illustrator, writer extraordinaire, I give to you. That's right, Jason Reeves.
What up, though? I'm actually illustrating right now. I'm on a damn deadline.
Oh man, I
what's
get
up,
it.
y'all?
After this, I'm doing some video editing, so I get it. I got like two projects to do, so I
Oh
get it. I
man,
get it.
that's what's up.
But you know, the more the better. The more the better.
Right,
And
right.
the top distributor of the South. This man holds
Mhm.
down the Gulf Coast, giving you books all the way from the left of the Gulf Coast, which is Texas, and the
The
right of
Gulf,
the Gulf Coast, which is
the
Florida.
Gulf of America. Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Hell nah. G.
Super blurtish.
Look. I wrote a thing. Gom over Goa every day. Gulf of Mexico, baby, or as we like to say, the Gulf, because nobody says the whole name in Louisiana and the boot and whatever. If I got time to say the Gulf of America. But
For real,
anyway,
though.
that's where I'm from. I'm from Baton Rouge. How y'all doing? Y'all know if y'all listen. This is also be on the Blurtish podcast. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this one. I'm usually here for animation, other stuff, and
Yeah.
will be for Cobra Kai. So check me out. And I know y'all haven't seen my face in a while because Mike still got to release the events that I did. He been making that
We
big
got
money.
we got
I got stuff from a year ago on this channel. You ain't seen
look,
me yet, so
it's
I'm
coming,
just,
y'all. I'm telling
just
you,
gonna
it's
turn
coming.
my face off. Look at my face. Turn the TV off.
Oh.
Turn the TV off.
Uh, so I
You're
I'm
wrong,
gonna
man. You're
start.
wrong, Mr. Cooper.
You know, we gonna keep it positive here. So I'm gonna ask first. I'm gonna throw it to Solar. Favorite part of Captain America: Brave New World, or the favorite thing about it?
Um, so you know how so many people talk about relatable heroes and all that stuff?
Okay, yeah.
And you play that game, I often talk about aspirational heroes versus cathartic motivational heroes, and Marvel is the king of cathartic motivational. But how I've never seen myself in a superhero that didn't have anything to do with magic. I wonder why. But my favorite part was Sam Wilson. I'm not gonna lie. Up
Okay.
until this last movie, all I really, really could think about every time I saw him was the fact that he still lives at home with his parents, and his parents have a really good marriage. And, but the whole thing was, I loved that Anthony Mackie played the role, and the role was written to show that Captain America is two things. Well, it's one major thing, which is a representative of the ideals of America executed through the actions of a good man.
All right, cool.
And he's not Steve Rogers, but
You're not Steve Rogers.
he is a different flavor of a good man.
Chocolate.
I mean, well, no, no, not talking about. I'm talking about how, when you look at Steve Rogers as Captain America, you know that he is the dude that will always do the right thing. But when you look at Sam Wilson, he will also do the right thing. However, you about to get lit up in the comments. Ready?
Go for it.
But Sam Wilson cares about people more and more closely than Steve Rogers does.
Ooh.
I told you, you're going to get lit up. But
I mean-
Steve cares about everybody on a macro level, where Sam cares about everybody on that macro level, but he's willing to buy every person a cup of coffee.
I see where you're going.
I see
where
that.
you're
I
going.
see that easily.
I'll
yeah.
throw it to Coop. But how about you? Thoughts on that and your favorite part?
Thoughts on that? Oh, absolutely. Far as, I guess, I don't know if we're taking the comics into play, but far as just Mackey's Sam Wilson, absolutely. I think that he has more empathy because he's trained to do it. He's educated to do it. He's a educated ex-soldier. If we're going to be, what he is. Who I ain't gonna say that Steve ain't earned his stripes, all that, but he was
Captain
a
America
little.
earning his stripes. That's
Sometimes they just roll off my tongue, but he just Steve was given it because he was of a good value, good virtue. But every other soldier, when you met Mackie in Captain America or whatever in the second one, he was, talking to grieving soldiers who had to deal with it. So that's where he's coming from. He's coming from a counselor background, and that's fine. That's good. That shows that was showing realism when they introduced him. So, but yeah, as far as I will agree, that as far as the best part of it is Anthony Mackie. I'm not the biggest Mackie fan. I'm not a Mackie hater. He does some things that just be like, yeah. But he did, he kind of made me believe he was a little, leading manish. I haven't really felt that way about him since
Ever?
She Hates Me. That was I saw that movie actually when I lived in New Orleans. I thought he was like, this next breakout star, and I feel like he went more the safe routes on some things. But She Hates Me was a very experimental and fun movie. If you've seen it,
It definitely came out of the blue on me, because I didn't really know what I was going to see, and I was like, all right.
I saw that before. What's her name? Blew up in Scandal. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kerry Washington?
Yes. I gotta rewatch that movie soon. That's probably Anthony Mackie's best movie, to be honest, other than him making them. Like, look, you got to get your money. I get it. And he's at least giving back to New Orleans. So, look, Mackie, and I know this ain't a referendum on Mackie, but he is the best thing. But, and I'll just probably get to that why. But, he's easily the best thing in this movie. And 1A and then 1B is Giancarlo Esposito. Or however you say it properly. I can't say it.
You said it. Esposito.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm. He says it another way now, I guess the bougie way, but
he
Aspa, can't even do it. I was like, whoa, that's a new word. The new word that, and you like, he getting on.
When you get money, you gotta like make your name
Esposito?
Yeah,
Esposito or Esposito. I mean,
he's been getting on reviewers' cases.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, the bigger reviewers. So hey man, wave your stick at the people who ain't. Wave your stick at those people who don't look like us, and tell them how to say your name.
Hey, you know what?
That they got to.
As long as he doesn't smile at me and then suddenly stops and looks serious, I'm good.
Makes sense.
So, but yeah, that's where I'm at with the best things in the movie. Those two.
Jason, how you feeling?
Well,
oh, here it comes.
It's a Marvel, so I gotta be me, Nah, I liked it. I thought it was dope.
Word.
My favorite thing about the movie, I think I'm echoing everybody's statement. I was pleasantly surprised that Mackie was a lead man in this one. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
did not get on my nerves in this one. He didn't say anything except for maybe the first 35 minutes. Like, the ride to the White House was a little, but
It was,
little Nelly
it was
going on
living. You know
there.
what I'm saying? You living, you out there, you got suits on, you
Yeah,
got
but
your smell good, you know.
they was really pushing that Nelly. Man, it doesn't matter who in the White House because we going to the White Man. Look, it matters who's in the White House. But
Yes,
okay,
it does. Yeah,
um,
yeah. I know.
it
Like they
matters who invites you. But
they spend a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
let
money
it
because it matters who's in the White House.
I'm
Wait,
gonna let it
isn't that for
slide.
the Patreon only video that we're doing for the meeting down by the docks? I'm just questioning.
Oh boy.
But so it got a little Nelly for a second, but they reeled it back in, and I'm good.
Let it
No,
slide, let it slide.
I thought he was a leading man. He actually could fight in this movie.
Yes. Yes.
I was like,
The fight choreography has increased exponentially since Falcon and Winter
exponentially.
Soldier.
That's what happens when you
Like,
get that movie money, baby. Instead of that TV budget. You get
well,
hands.
no, I'm giving credit
know.
where credit is due. Mr. Isaiah Bradley put them hands on him and let him know this is what's real and this is how you got to be in the field. You know what I'm saying? So, I was pleasantly surprised by that, and I think. I know we'll go into a lot more later, but I think there's a huge mischaracterization of this movie in general. And you know, I'm one of the biggest Marvel haters, but I got to give him props on this one, or at the very least, I'm giving the director, Anthony Mackie, Carl Lumbly, Esposito props for sure. Or Esposito, if we call him that.
Yeah, however, you know, look, you know your name. You
Right.
tell us later. You know what I'm saying? I know
I'm
he
giving-
watches the show.
I'm giving my sis who played the president's
Is
advisor.
it,
You know, what I'm saying? I'm
Layla? She played.
Oh,
Her character's name was Layla.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like her character's name was Layla.
I'm giving them all the props. They saved America. I think maybe my favorite scene is Cap versus like F-15s. Really
Okay, yeah.
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I think there's a huge mischaracterization. My thesis statement is racism ruins every damn thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Is
So
it just me, or during your favorite scene, did you hear Kenny Loggins in your head?
You know, I didn't even think about it, but now I will.
Yeah,
Now I will.
I
Danger
mean,
Zone.
when
They
I was
still
watching,
played it. Damn.
yeah, when I was watching that
missed
scene, I'm
opportunity.
like, you know what? I watched this movie like 50 something times when it first came out on video when I was a preteen, and I'm here for it. I am here for
Right.
it.
Right. I'm like,
well
that
done,
was a
well
missed
done.
opportunity. I like that. That would have been dope. That see some greatness added to the movie. And that's what I think. I think it was really good, not just good, but it could have been great, save for racism. But continue.
But you know what? Nah, let's stick on that. I want to stick on the mischaracterization of this, because you know what I'm saying. This is a black show. You know what I'm saying. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those black nerds that pretend like they ain't black. So
Right.
like, so
I can't
There
think
were
of,
people-
I can't think of any, but my algorithm is very cultivated. So
yeah, since this movie was announced,
Mhm.
people was like, I hate it. It's like they haven't even done nothing yet. They ain't even like ordered, craft
Bruh.
services or nothing. Like,
I
Right.
mean, the amount of thumbnails that I see that are Captain African American, I'm like, come on, y'all, really?
I guess I got the nice racism draw where I didn't never see anything like that, but I just saw people like every other excuse.
yeah, what I saw. Oh, hold up, your voice, your audio tripped out.
Rules of what people try to hate with this movie, but of course racism is the big thing. But I have a saying, when let's say, since we're gonna keep it real, we got some good liberal white friends. I consider myself on the left, whatever, but trademark good liberal white people, and then you got the crazy racist white people. Think of racism like a circle and things that they don't like, and it kind of comes to a connecting point. On one side, you got the bougie elites who don't like superhero movies, and then you got black superhero movie. They like, let's shake hands in the middle at the top. We don't like this. You know,
Neither of us like this.
Or it's okay to not like it, but to be like, it's the bottom of the barrel. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah,
Thor still exists.
It reminds me of Dwayne McDuffie when he was talking about. Oh, it reminds me of Dwayne McDuffie when he was talking about how white fans will find like these hyper specific reasons to not like something and like try to use that as the justification when it's like you're really just racist. But they'll be like, well, you know, the way they did the color grading on his suit, you know, it took me out of the movie. I just can't do the movie anymore. It's like,
bro, oh man,
like, so the whole movie, so you just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater. That's
well, you know, it's kind of when I talk to my less melanated friends, you know, now for those of you guys watching that have known me on the channel, you know I don't exactly get Southern or urban, but don't let the smooth taste fool you. All right. I'm not gonna be sitting up here in one of the African hats going, I'm blinkety black, 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 black. No, but you know what? I know who I am and I know where I'm from. All right. And I'm always going, hold up. So you're saying X, Y, Z, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to pretend to believe you for a minute. And I'm going to ask you something. And they're like, oh yeah, what? I'm like, is there Christianity in space? Well, no, that's a dumb question. Why would you ask me that question? Because Han Solo says, I will see you in hell. How would they know about hell in Star Wars? You know, as long as we are picking nits, as long as we are splitting hairs, let me pull out my katana real quick and talk about all the inconsistencies.
Take place in a galaxy far, 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 far away.
Like I knew Jesus could walk on water, but I didn't know he had subspace tech.
Man, look, he good, man. Jesus be everywhere. Don't worry about it.
So
Cosmic,
yeah,
man.
so yeah,
the power cosmic. I don't know.
Yeah, but when I call them out on the fact that they tend to hold non-white facing media to an almost Exodus type standard when it comes to their critiques. Okay. Like I remember Black Panther got an Oscar nomination. And people were talking about the CGI quality of the final fight between he and Killmonger. I'm like, oh, yeah, because when I look at a movie screen, you know what? I didn't like the CGI in Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, wait, it was animated because I'm watching something that is fictitious.
So long. Those are the same people who say that about Black Panther. Love those dusty dragons in Dustville of the second half of Shang-Chi. Shang Sleep.
I mean,
Shang-Chi, the movie that killed off the best actor that they had in the joint.
They made giant dragons boring. All right.
Let me tell you something. These are the same people that was like, Malekith is amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Man, Malekith could have been dope.
Malekith was garbage.
You're killing me. I gotta call BS on you right there. I'm sorry. I gotta call that on that.
You talking about Thor 2?
Because I have heard
Oh, Lord.
no one under any circumstances say that anything about Thor: The Dark World was amazing.
So,
Anybody said
when that movie first came out, before everybody was like, I don't like Thor, it's not the greatest. When that movie first came out, them dudes was going to war over how cool Eccleston was as Malekith.
Where are these people?
Where they do?
These people, man, I hope they done disappeared and got out the game.
Man, they was wrong. They were all wrong.
Bruh, I'm just saying, look, bruh, forgive me for saying this for y'all. I'm just keep it real. When white people don't cut you no slack, you know you and you white. You know you ain't
Especially
doing
when you're British.
Oh
The
man,
issue
this
is that
When
they
you're
like
straight out of the
they
white
like
people factory
they
doing
they
stories
love
about the super white factory. When the
before
English guy and the Norse thing does not get any slack for his performance.
I can't find
before the before the tide turned on the Dark World, because Eccleston is Malekith, they were in love for a second. Like it
I
didn't
missed that.
last,
I
but
missed
they was on it. They was
I
on
must
it.
have been yawning for that second because
that was the
Only thing
smallest wave ever. Somebody rode
They
that
was on
wave
it.
for 5 minutes and shoot.
They
you
was
know
on
what?
it. But that's how it works with Marvel movies too, though. Like when
Mhm.
Eternals came out too, they was like Eternals is the greatest thing I ever saw. Now
Man,
some people stayed on Eternals, but the tide turned on that as well.
I I'm gonna drop some knowledge on Eternals real quick. We're all artists, so as an artist, when the lady, what was the lady, the young lady that was the director? I forgot
Zoe
your name.
Cloud.
I apologize. I'll pull it
Zoe,
up.
Zoe Cloud.
yeah,
All right,
Zoe
all right.
Zhao.
Zoe.
Amazing director, by the way.
Zoe. I'm a look. Hey, look.
Yeah, Zoe
Zoe?
Zhao. Yeah.
All right, look.
Zhao. Yeah.
Zoe. Keep right here. When you were talking all this mess about we shot to natural light, I was like, the movie gonna be bad.
Uh-oh.
I was like, the movie gonna be bad.
Uh-oh.
Cause look, it's when you go to that art gallery, and you and everyone else is looking at a piece of trash, but they go on to tell you about it's the destruction of the soul inside of society. It's like when you got to do this much explaining, it ain't good.
It's
It ain't good.
marketing.
I'm
What-
telling you,
what-
that painting ain't good.
Okay. What I will push back on that with, all right, is number one, I will say this, since we are all artists, and I looked at the Eternals through the lens of a filmmaker, in the same way I had to look at Man of Steel and Batman v Superman through the eyes of a filmmaker, okay?
All right.
The craft was amazing, and they were beautifully well-made films. However,
Okay.
However, let me cook. They were beautiful, well-made films and phenomenal pieces of art in a market of entertainment. Okay?
Well, I will give you this, Zoe. Bring it back in. The way you handled Makari's speed, that might be my
Yes.
favorite way that speed has been handled in a Marvel film. Fox
I
or
don't know.
Fox or
I don't
anyone.
know if I agree with that one.
I
I'll
like
go
the
as
way
far-
they handle her speed.
No. I will go as
I
far as to
went
say.
back.
Oh, okay, yeah, hit me.
Oh, go.
No, I'm just saying. I went back and they're playing reels on it and they're doing this versus the Flash, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, it didn't really look that great in hindsight to me. Like I didn't think it was that spectacular or innovative. Like what
no,
what was so
Maybe I don't think it was innovative. I just like sort of like the way she ran. Like they didn't do the bullet time thing. I think maybe it's because the bullet time thing got overused for me. Maybe that was it.
No, the bullet time thing hit its peak at X-Men Days of Future Past. Or not Days of Future Past.
I'm gonna keep it a
First
buck.
Class.
All right.
One of the greatest achievements
Mhm.
of this movie that is getting this flack is that I ain't never, ever in my life, never, ever got to hear about Eternals ever again. Thank you.
I
T-Man
wouldn't
exists.
go that far.
I won't.
you know-
Look, I won't. I won't have to.
No,
They're gonna have to reference
nothing
that
away.
Go
There's a huge
and wave that hand.
there's a huge
Like Doctor
alien
Strange.
head hanging out the earth.
I don't
We
care
gotta
no more.
talk about it.
It's
And-
over. They got it. Animadium. Good job, Captain America. We ain't
And
gotta talk
on
about
that-
the Eternals no more. For me,
Well, on that though, I can. Well, actually, I'll wait until we get to the where did this movie suffer from part of this show.
Yeah. So before
I got
yes,
words.
yes.
all right, so with that, we did mention. Well, I'll say Coop mentioned a awesome phrase of riding the wave, and I gotta give this movie props because the brother surfed on a missile. All right, that's it. That look,
Did
you
that.
want my ticket? The brother surfed on a missile. The end. We done, y'all.
Why,
We
why
done.
was that not in the trailer?
Bruh, that joint was sweet. I was like, oh, look, man. I
I'm
was
gonna
hyped.
talk about that and things that they got wrong.
But at the same
Yes.
time, for
Well,
everyone,
when we get to the suffer from part,
Yeah.
that's one of my
so,
critiques.
so for
Yeah.
I'll say this for anyone who is new to this channel, the thing that got me into filming anything, even though I've filmed more documentaries or short docs than any actual like film, but when I was little and I saw Terminator 2, I was like mind blown. I want to do this is what I want to make stuff like this. So that's where I come from. You know, perfect popcorn, rewatchability, you know, the rock and roll music with the motorcycle speed chase and flipping around the double barrel shotgun, like
that chase scene
that's
has
a movie.
inspired
All right,
every single chase scene involving a semi truck since.
bruh, it
Yep.
jumped
No
off.
T2,
They
no
It
Dark
all
Knight.
have to,
jumped
they
off
all
the
have to hit the
bridge.
bridge and fall off the ramp. Yep.
Man,
Uh-huh.
come on, man. I remember I wasn't even supposed to see it. My uncle took me to see it. I wasn't supposed to see it, but my mind
Look
was
at you.
blown.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my Uncle Barney, boy. He held me down. But look, that's how I approach films. How many times can I watch this? Do I want to watch it again? Things of that nature. Now, not to say that something like Schindler's List isn't a good movie. I think the movie is good. I don't want to watch that again. I want to
No.
watch
Yeah.
Bad Boys again. You know,
Yes,
that's-
I totally
That's what
understand that.
I want to watch
Yeah, that
Boomerang
concept.
again.
Well, that's what I was talking about
Absolutely.
with a wonderful piece of art in the market of entertainment. Remember, oh no, we didn't know each other when I first started doing movie reviews.
Mhm.
But my first review was for 12 Years a Slave, and I said that was the most phenomenal movie that I never want to see again.
Yeah, I didn't watch it
Not
pretty
once.
much for that reason. I'm like, I
Not
can't watch this.
And they keep it Marvel. That's how I feel about Black Panther too. Like, this is beautiful. You
Yeah.
landed that plane. Never have to watch this funeral again.
Yeah, I'm like, we had to
Yeah.
essentially watch 2 funerals in this. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro, I
like,
can't.
no.
Come on, man.
The
Like the
feelings.
Queen
just-
Mother too. Like, come, man, bro.
Oh, you're talking Wakanda Forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't have to watch it ever again. Like, it just, it does not elicit great feelings. It's a
Mhm.
good movie.
Mhm.
Great movie. Great with considering that when
Yeah,
the
what
man
they had to
dies,
kind of like make it happen.
overcome. So I'm like in awe of what the director did for that, but I don't never have to watch it again. And
Yeah.
and
I give it another watch.
All right, I'll throw it to Jason. On the unfortunate side, on the
Well, let me
the
get comfy.
bad.
My bad.
We're gonna be here a
Um,
minute, so
What you got on the bad?
Nah, I don't even have a lot of bad. My bad again is racism ruins everything, because I think had Marvel put their actual best foot forward for this movie, for the marketing, and put their best foot forward financially for this movie and script wise for this movie, I think they would have had a larger hit on their hands, right? I think it would have went from what I think is pretty damn good to great. And I think the problem is that is almost what almost happened to Black Panther. They were very hands off. They didn't think it was going to do anything. They kind of didn't care, right? Like they were serving the fans, just to say that they gave them Black Panther, but they didn't think it was going to do anything. And this is not my reporting. This is reporting from people that worked on the film. So, they came to the set, sparsely. And I feel like this movie was a very hands-off, or at the very least, just not putting my best foot forward as a studio endeavor. You could tell towards the end where they were doing reshoots, because the CG was so bad. Like at the very end when he's like talking Red Hulk down, like I'm like, that's terrible. Like, why are y'all like this?
And we know that's not the original end of that movie.
Right. And also I feel like had they let Sam be he was blackity black. Don't get me wrong, but had they let Sam address blackness, the black elephant in the room with
Thank you.
Ross, and being the black man, you're not Steve Rogers. Why? Because I'm a black man, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You gotta say it like this. You're not Steve Rogers. You gotta really put that growl in there, that ER in there.
It's like he tried to
I was
put
like,
that ER
damn,
in the
son.
Rogers a little
He
too
should have
much.
told Ross.
You're not
"Don't
Did
try
you
to
Rogers."
say he used the hard R on Rogers?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Sure enough.
Rogers.
So I think those things, like dealing with what a black man got to deal with his Cap. Like I like the idea that a lot of the soldiers are like, yeah, Cap, yo, Cap. But all them dudes, not a large percentage of them dudes wouldn't be so friendly to Black Cap. Like, come on, like
The military
like-
is highly.
there's always
Well-
the urge to make him to go even harder, trying to make him the everyman, where
Yeah.
the complexity of the story is that he, even though he becomes the everyman, he's aware that he's the Black Captain America, and he's not doing
aware
it to
he's
please
not
y'all or
every
nothing.
man. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And that could have been beautiful, a beautiful part of the narrative, but they didn't want to do that because they weren't putting their best foot forward. Like, again, thank God Ryan Coogler was on the two Black Panther movies, because he put his best foot forward, and the whole team put their best foot forward. And I'm saying we could have had that on our hands if Marvel wasn't so damn resistant to letting the black man shine the way he needs to shine.
I'm a flow on your point. This is the bad. Oh man, I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again, Marvel. I'm gonna say it. Well, Marvel is just indicative of the rest of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Black men can have a lover. You know that, right? Like, so this man has been to Wakanda. All right, to the source. All right, to the source of the. All right, to the source.
To the motherland.
He ain't said nothing to nobody. Then he got old girl in the White House. She just walking around.
Clearly,
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Something is going on.
I'm
right?
single.
Right.
I ain't say. I at least say something. Like, come
Mike,
on.
this is what you-
He's
this is like.
and once
this is
again,
what
I
you-
grew up.
This is
I
funny
was
to me.
born in 1982. The guy always gets the girl, or the girl always gets the guy. Like, why when it's a brother, there can
Mike,
be no
This is
girl.
what you gotta
back in.
do with
Here's
Disney
the funny
movies.
thing. First of all, he from New Orleans. You feel me? He from Louisiana. Keith, you know what's happening. You know what's up.
Man, say, Shawty, what's up, man? What's up, man? We
Man.
get off. Holler at me.
Why is
Don't
it
holler
that?
at me.
Let me holler.
Why is it that the Russo brothers can write him telling Natasha what's up, but nobody else can do it?
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say my parts when it's my time because of that. But I guess to carry that, he was more like that in the TV show, and I'll get more into that in whenever. In a moment.
I will say the specter of the TV show almost and could have tainted this, and that's where I kind of give them props. But I will say the marketing in this movie, like why was Red Hulk in the marketing?
Okay,
Because they were scared that white folk wouldn't go see this movie without it.
I'm gonna jump in right now.
There you go.
Number one major, besides racism, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Duh, America. But the market, and this is actually, being
There needs to be an over.
graduate for business, but this is an overlap, so it ain't like necessarily exclusive. That the marketing
Expertise coming through.
was so I ain't gonna say bland, confusing,
Half-assed.
half-ass, because it was cool. Like if you're gonna do artistic things and be like, all right, we know. Let's say if you feel not confident and you got to do the Red Hulk thing, you do one thing. and then you play up your hero a little bit to show. They went overboard. Like, bruh, today I saw a Five Below commercial about Captain America. They don't have a figure of Mackie. I ain't saying you got to go hard on the toys. They show people grabbing everything from Black Panther, this and that, blah blah blah, the other cap, to everything to make a basket for the new Captain America movie. It has nothing to do with. They even put a Falcon. They didn't even put a Falcon toy in the bucket.
Oh,
It's barely. And to be honest, I just bought some Marvel stickers. They only gave me 2 Falcons out of these whole pack. I got Groot and Yondu way more than Falcon.
Wow.
And I even got some. I got as many Nebulas as I did Falcons in my mystery pack that I was putting on my table. So I was like, and I noticed it because I even got like 6, 7 T'Challas. I even got one. What's her name?
Fury?
From one of the Dora Milaje. Okoye. I got one Okoye. So
My new number 2.
I had 3 miles because I made sure to make some black pack of stickers because I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the little thing, see if somebody catch it. Some people got it, they got to grab the back. Shout out to y'all. But the marketing was half-ass. It also was confusing, and it also was you dug a hole that you got to dig yourself out of. Because all the people who don't even like Mackie, who don't want a black Captain America, Red Hulk he's really, you get them all jazzed up for Red Hulk. And then the Red Hulk is in, spoiler, Red Hulk is the end of the movie for 5 minutes. It's not consequential. I actually, talking with my cousin and other people, as much as I like the Hulk, I even like Red Hulk. I like how they play him in the cartoons and stuff, and he's all, blustery and whatever. Even when he becomes a good guy, he's like a big Punisher or whatever. He fight and he shoots. But I would have cut Red Hulk completely out of this. I would have went straight Serpent Society. Sidewinder would have been the guy. And then if you want to have allusions to it, sure. Other bad things. Just with the Hulkness of it. First of all, I don't care about Betty Ross from 20 years ago. I know we got to pretend that she's 20 years ago. I don't care about Betty Ross, a bit whatever.
He said, I don't care about that girl.
I don't care about Thaddeus' relationship. I called him Thaddeus. Thunderbolt Ross. I got personal for a minute. His relationship with
call a man by his whole government.
Thaddeus. But one of them old names. But it's just, I don't care about that. The leader, the makeup was terrible. And also, I feel like they did Samuel Stearns wrong. How he got dumber each scene that he pop up in.
He sure did.
The leader would never just turn. The leader, if he turned himself in, he got a plan to break out later to do something. He's just like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. You're gonna die. Oh, the people are coming from another dimension. That's it, bro. With your terrible, bruh, come on, dog.
They'll write something where he's like, I wanted to be in the raft for a reason or something. Like,
so don't show him ever again.
They'll write something.
I don't know that I agree that Red Hulk shouldn't have been in the movie. I mean, they needed something kind of big and comic-y.
He didn't say in the movie. He said
the
in
marketing.
the ad campaign.
Or just if you had, I would like a movie where I didn't have to worry about.
You said you wanted to cut him all the way out, right?
I could have cut him out, and of course, the new Widow.
Yeah,
you could.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh, shorty doo-wop.
Could have cut her out completely.
Yeah.
But, I had no care or concern about her and whatever. I'm not gonna be extra rude, but
especially all the controversy that the potential of her brought to the movie.
Controversy of the small controversy of her didn't even warrant nothing.
I was like,
it didn't warrant anything because they didn't reference anything about where she would have came from. So she's supposed to be Sabra and she's supposed to be Israeli.
And it just didn't mean nothing. She just was.
I'm sure they cut a lot of it out, probably too.
Oh yeah.
Well, she was, but I heard she was a big Zionist, so she was like that. Like, yeah, it's out there, So
okay.
So
see, I thought it was just about the character. Like,
no. I mean, the character is also in the Israeli army, and all the conflict about that was sort of poisoning the well for the marketing. I don't know that I agree that we get rid of Red Hulk entirely or the Thunderbolt story. I actually kind of like the idea of
Or if you
him
do Hulk, do
with the
Marvel.
anger and the
If you're
and
gonna
the
do
leader.
it, do it.
I agree with that. Now, if you're
If you're
gonna do
gonna do
Hulk,
it,
do the damn
do it.
Hulk.
Okay.
Right,
Give
right.
more
Do
than
the damn Hulk.
more than 5-10 minutes. He should have been
But
like
that's
sneaking away and like it's the weird like the Wolfman. He just I just go go crazy. Let him
I
sneak
also
away and
think
tear up something.
I also think that's a part of racism ruins everything. Because why can't Sam have his own villains and they be enough? Why recycle Hulk storylines for his thing? But
Yeah.
I give him props because for me it kind of did work. What I think though is Red Hulk should have been a surprise though, right? I think the
Yes.
marketing for this movie
We
should have been Cap versus Captain America versus America in the sense of Captain America versus Thunderbolt Ross.
the
He's becoming
marketing.
president, but he's not a great guy. He put this man in jail back in the day, and now Cap and him don't
You
disagree.
know what the marketing
Also,
was around Valentine's Day? It was like Marvel giving like, will you be my
go on a
Valentine?
date
Will
because
you
he's
please
red.
come to this movie? He's in the movie. Will you please come see it?
See,
Oh,
it could
Go
have
on a
been
date because
fine
he's
if he
red.
had a love interest in
All right.
Layla Taylor, but y'all didn't do that.
Okay.
Right.
So,
But like, I think America versus Captain America, and using Thunderbolt Ross as that symbolism, and this is the dude that put you in jail back in the day, and now y'all having a disagreement over adamantium, is the marketing campaign, right?
also,
Or if you don't want to play that up, then why are they keeping the leader a secret? Because he was kind
Also-
of like whatever in the movie,
Yeah.
like
okay.
and Jason, I want to ask you. I want to ask y'all this. If you, in fact, what Jason said, if they could have really did the damn thing, and I told you this too, Mike. And I know it was just like, oh, are they? I hated the line. Oh, the Hulks are red now. No, if you see the president turn into the thing he hates, I want to see some screaming, some run like, what
Right.
the
I'd
hell?
have been
Ah! Like,
right.
Yeah.
Matter of
Kill
fact, let's
What
run
is-
the
what
tape
is-
back. All the black people was gone by then, right? Because like, 'cause look, hey, we
enough
don't
of us
waste
wouldn't
time.
go.
Okay,
should have been
now you know
red.
what? In all fairness, as soon as the president raised his voice and the Secret Service moved,
Bruh.
all the black people would have ran.
Yeah, we
The
would
chairs,
they
was
We would have
still
been like,
standing
no,
by.
they gonna blame us for this.
They were still standing by their chairs, like it was just like they saw maybe a bear. If you see a bear, I'm getting out of there. If you see a wild cat in DC or something like that, I'm running. A wild dog, a Hulk.
Yo,
A
you
big
see a
red
you see a pit
Okay.
walking around the hood with no leash. You like, yo, who dogged this?
The president turned into the
All
thing
right.
he absolutely hate, and they was just like, "Well, they're red though." I hated that line so much. I'm like, they
Yeah,
calm,
that
they
was-
way too calm.
That was
You know what else
what?
about
I'll say that was a combat journalist that done been to like Fallujah and everything. They done been
Nah,
everywhere.
man. You see
Write
a
it down,
mutate-
remember it,
you
take a
see
picture. I
old-
do not care.
You know what else I didn't like about the marketing? That dumbass line they had in the marketing where he goes, "You're not Steve Rogers," and he goes, "You know what? I'm not." Like, well, who wrote that? But they took it out of the movie, thankfully. So again, good job. It was good,
So-
Lord.
It
The
was
marketing
so
for this
Alright.
movie was just so.
It was so
dumb.
emo.
So-
emo.
So,
I
all right.
got.
Now, I gotta put on my apron and grab my
Uh-oh.
spatula here
Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
because I'm about to cook.
About to flip it.
What
I'm
you got?
about
What you
to
got?
cook. Number one, this movie suffered from two things, but one of the things kind of has a subcategory, but it's not totally three things. Okay. Number one, the biggest thing this movie suffered from was cowardice on the part of Disney.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that was the number one thing it suffered from. And the second thing it suffered from is a direct no, you don't get any lines. The second thing that it suffered from is a direct correlation from the first thing that it suffers from, and that is timing. I have been thinking about this movie, rolling it over in my head, watching a whole bunch of videos of what everybody else got to say on this movie. And The second thing, the correlative thing that this movie suffers from being timing breaks down to this. All right. Number one, this movie is 18 months late.
Mhm.
All right. Facts. Because if we think about this whole movie, all right. If we think about this movie for what it was, looking at all the plot points, and forget pulling out the obvious reshoots, forget the CGI, definitely forget half the dialogue. Okay.
Yeah.
And go all the way back to 18 months ago, where this movie would have come out 3 months after Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The context would have been so different because the Eternals wouldn't have been so far back in our memory. And we wouldn't have spent the past 2 years, almost 2 years, asking, all right, hold up. There's a giant, there's a giant alien head and hand coming out of the water. Y'all gonna talk about this? Number two, being on the heels of Falcon and Winter Soldier, the characters would have been freshly in people's minds. Okay. So it wouldn't have been 4 years since the Sokovia Accords. Okay, almost 5 years. How long ago was it when Civil War came out and Sam got locked up? Been a while.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the one thing I definitely saw, okay, when I look at this movie through the lens of timing, all right, just straight up timing, was everything that they were trying to cover and that they left out was relevant to the story that they told 18 months ago. You know, they covered the Black Captain America problem in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And if it had come out way closer to that, then the Isaiah Bradley thing would have been fresh in people's minds.
Yep.
Sam giving up the shield and being screwed over by the government would have been fresh in people's minds. Even the new suit, the small conversation that he had with Bucky, and the fact that they have a brotherly type relationship, but they're not aggravated against each other all the time. You know, the fact that we saw their relationship grow, Sam's willingness to be Captain America, the hurdles that he jumped over in being Black and Captain America, and the foundations for the relationship that he built with Isaiah Bradley, all of that was put in a show that came out 18 months ago.
Yes, it would have absolutely been better with that show right after the show.
Exactly. Now, that timing, being a direct correlation, is part of Marvel's cowardice. Now, I personally would have written Sabra out and just, like, we know that this movie has had 100,000 rewrites and a retitle. And all that stuff, pushing the movie back. I will give it a little bit of grace because of the writer's strike. Okay, I will give it a tiny bit of grace because of that. And the Serpent Society and Giancarlo Esposito, his part was written in as one of the reshoots. You can easily tell that when you're watching it. But had this movie came out when it was supposed to, Sabra should have been either written out completely and her part given to the president's chief of staff. What's her name, Mike? Layla. Had her part been written out and rolled over into the Layla role, and this movie came out 18 months sooner, regardless of Marvel's fear on whether or not Josh from Kansas was going to be into it, if they had had the same courage they had with Black Panther 1, this movie would have done as well as Wakanda Forever, hands down.
They should have had the same courage they had for Eternals in that trash bag.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I absolutely agree with you. And I think I'm gonna do you one better.
Ooh, hit
Had
me.
phase 4 been about the power vacuum as a result of Endgame and Thanos, and we took it down to a more street level rather than a multiverse cosmic level, and it was about Captain America. It was about Sam accepting the role. It was about bringing in the TV verse with Daredevil and whoever into the wider Marvel movie verse, and it was about Acts of Vengeance. You remember Acts of Vengeance, where all the bad guys got together and they were like, "We're gonna mess things up." The Kingpin, Doom, whoever was into that. We could have brought Spider-Man into all that, and it was about the power vacuum that Thanos leaves, and half the people were gone, and as a result of the blip. And and the through line is Captain America accepting his role and restarting the Avengers. We could have got Thunderbolts. We could have got the new Daredevil Born Again. All of that is phase 4 and 5. And then we go to Doom in the multiverse. They would have been better off.
Kang? Yeah, in truth,
Whatever.
when you're
Either
talking
way.
about all this,
Either way, my point is,
in my head,
you do Acts of Vengeance,
Yeah.
and even the Power Broker or whatever that craziness was.
Only thing
But
in
what
my
I'm
head
saying
when you were
is, you
talking.
take it to that. Even WandaVision had hinted at the dark times before everybody came back, and what we had to do when half the population was gone. That's this story. Power
You
vacuum.
mean-
That's
you
phase
mean
4 and
like-
5.
You mean like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
they
I mean
followed that line?
That through line. Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
I mean, that does go in line with what I said about the whole idea that we should have had. It could have been an easy day shoot. They could have did at the end of Hawkeye or anything, where basically Cap comes to Hawkeye after all of this stuff goes on in Hawkeye, like, "Yo, man, look, why you ain't hit me up for this?" And then after all that goes down, be like, "Look, hey, check it anyway.
hey, you know
We
they are the
ain't getting
Bird
no
Boys.
younger." You know what I mean? I know, but still saying like we've worked together, and you bouncing around New York City, people fighting and dying and shooting.
Mike.
Look, we ain't getting no younger. The Avengers ain't here. We need some newer people. We need someone. You got this girl right here. I know this kid in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should make something work.
And isn't
And
there
then-
like a little girl in Jersey that's already left the planet a
Yup.
couple of times?
Y'all are
Right.
forgetting. They had to show the parody about Rogers the play. That was the whole. That's the time. That sucked up the time that you want to do that. It's like, nope, you're getting Rogers.
You know what? I'm not going to be mad about that because of the fact that our main character who we're following is going, I can't believe. Oh, wait, I'm deaf. My family is here. My family's liking it, and I'm putting up with it because that's what having a family means. So I was fine
know what?
with that.
Shout out to Jeremy Ritter. He might have left at the right time. He might have-
Uh,
He like, I got mine.
I got my show. Peace out, y'all. So,
Missed opportunity. Having Thunderbolt Ross kick somebody off his plane. By the way.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
absolutely.
Get off my plane.
But I do.
Hey,
I'll
but I
agree
got
with-
the Harrison Ford point. I was happy that I got the Harrison Ford point. You know, because it's not a movie unless Harrison Ford points at you, and I was happy with that.
Harrison Ford has the biggest ham fist. Poking it out or not.
But I'll agree.
be
I'll
hit.
agree with Solar and Jason. I think there is a script that I think all four of us would be like, yeah, and that joint was erased years ago.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing.
Malcolm Spellman was like, "All right, check it. This is how it's going to be. Peep this. This is what I got." And they were like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
It was
But I put a pin in this."
It was like you was already too black for the TV show. That's too many hours of blackness.
You're lucky you're here now.
You gotta fit it
always
in these 2
black.
hours.
It's like old boy from Feige came like old boy from Office Space. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make this a little more
Like you can black
Midwest
it.
friendly. Yeah,
You can black it up for the Disney Plus shows because we gotta stretch it out. You can
Yeah.
explore that, but
Now-
for the movie, hokier dialogue.
Now,
Hokey
I'm
it
glad
up.
that you guys are liking my main dish. Now let me hook you up with a side. All
Okay,
right,
okay.
a side dish on this. Like I said, I've been stewing on this for a little while, so I'm trying to do a little cooking for y'all. All right. Now, the second part, okay, is this movie was going to be difficult all the way across the board for three main reasons. And the third one makes me glad that Hannibal's not here because y'all gonna read me the riot act on this one. All right. But just follow me on this. Number one, Marvel has really, especially at the time that this movie was originally written, they were into their quantity, not quality phase of content production. They stopped making
Okay.
movies and started making content. All right. So they didn't care that this movie wasn't written very well. They just wanted to get it out there.
Okay.
And that being said, it had a lot to carry on its shoulders. Number two, okay, and I'm right there with you, Mr. Reeves. You really need an S on your chest on this one. Because yeah, racism does kill everything. Because the moment that this movie was greenlit and they first started doing that, we have had public anti-blackness after public anti-blackness after public anti-blackness. And Disney is going, how do we get an ROI on a movie about the symbol of America being a black man and having to go against the authority of America? How can we do this? You know, and all right, here we go. I'm putting a little seasoning on this. And how can we turn that story into a commercial for the next three things that we're gonna be pumping out?
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in on you on that point. At this point, and again, I'm gonna just say it again. Even though, look, there's a lot of things I love with Disney, love with Marvel. You know, even though Jason will beat me up like Harrison Ford with the ham fist, but I want y'all to remember, just, and I'm speaking to the public. Disney is a publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar company. All right, they will sell
Multinational,
they will sell
multi-billion.
They will multinational, multi-billion. They will sell their mama. They will sell their soul. They will sell me to get that stock. Look,
They will sell your children for a 3% increase on their dividends.
And Mike know me. I probably told him this in the past few years. I said, man, I sold my Disney stock. I said, that stock is plummeted. I was like, good Lord. Like, I probably sold it the wrong time, but I only had a little bit of it. I'm like, I got to put my money elsewhere. I'm like, when is this going to kick back? Like, all right, after the pandemic, and that stock was not kicking in.
Look,
So,
man,
you know,
they always going. It's Disney though. They always going to make.
They got money, but I'm telling you, you know, that stock
that stock price ain't hitting. It ain't been hitting
that
for about 4 years.
Yeah, it's
stock
been rough. But I mean,
Wait
of course, the
7
parks
more.
were closed for like 2 of those 4 years. So you know, it's like then you had
what they said on
a
Wall
certain
Street?
governor, like on the attack. So
Hey,
know,
but what did they say in Wall Street? Money don't sleep, man, and money don't
Don't.
kill. And money ain't got no owners, just spenders.
Just spenders.
Shout out to the Wire.
You
It
know,
kind of make all the sense in the world, and then it don't make sense, and then it makes sense again. that line always messes with my mind, but transitive property,
the Wire got
money
a whole
always
bunch of
moves.
lines like that.
But
Yo.
nobody really owns it. Own money,
Right.
but it's always fit
yeah. And see the last part
in a weird way. but
This
just-
is the last part, and this is why I'm glad Hannibal's not here. But before y'all jump on me on this, okay? I'm about to say something that's kind of controversial on the front end, so I'm gonna need you guys to take 2 seconds to digest what I'm about to say before you reply. All right?
All right.
I'll keep talking over those 2 seconds. And that is, as far as a film franchise goes, Captain America as a whole, I don't care if it's Sam Wilson, Steve Rogers, John Walker, or definitely Isaiah Bradley, and that other dude, I forget his name. He was Renegade for a hot minute. Does not have a rogues gallery that is comparable for a film franchise for the reason that all of Cap's adversaries, his whole rogues gallery, leads to exactly the same story. I don't care if it's Red Skull, Flag Smasher, AIM, Cobra, Hydra. It's all
Okay.
how many times can Cap go against a secret society that plans on taking down the government? How many times can he go against the Red Skull in the Marvel Universe without the cosmic cube? Since that was the Tesseract and it was turned into the Space Stone. So, who can you put Cap against that
Okay.
can hold 2.5 hours for $25 that wouldn't be Boo Boo?
Okay.
These are the things that
Okay.
this movie had to go against.
Okay.
Okay, so
I mean,
Okay.
there's
I'll
only
give you that.
and
So I
every
guess-
single one of his individual rogues galleries always forms a team. Every single one. So
mean-
now that I've said that, and I've taken
Okay. Okay.
AIM, Hydra, Flag Smasher, who's been turned into Flag Smashers, Cobra, Masters of Evil, Thunderbolts, and Baron Zemo off the table because of the stories that they have, who you gonna put Cap against?
I mean,
Okay.
let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
His best movie in the MCU was the Civil War, which was Avengers 2.5. So
I have to disagree. I preferred the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I prefer the Winter Soldier over.
I mean,
that.
it was his biggest, but it's just that he's the ultimate rah-rah team guy. So it's just he ain't got no individualism except for his patriotism. So it is.
You know what?
I
I'll
mean-
give you that. And see, I think you can rock this with the Hulk. I don't mind that. I think they gave it away super fast, man.
I
They
agree.
I think they gave that. I think a trailer of the having the Red Hulk in it dropping on the day the movie dropped would have been a lot doper. And then the earlier trailers just show him fighting the F-16s and fighting Sidewinder on the street when he got stabbed and stuff. Do that, and then have him walking around. You know, he pushed the dude when he was going to the bunker and stuff. Do that, and then don't show the Red Hulk until like the last second.
I'm
think-
gonna be
like,
like,
yo, hold on,
I
hold on,
think
there's
he
a
should
Hulk
have
in
been
this
in
too?
any
I
of
think-
the advertising.
I agree. I think Red Hulk should have been a straight up surprise. That would
needed
have
to be one. Yeah.
first night when people went to see it, they would have freaked out, and
Yeah, they
word
would've
of
been
mouth
crazy.
Like-
would have spread like wildfire.
Let's-
You're right.
Almost
I-
as
I
much
get
as they
you.
freaked out when Steve
They-
picked up Thor's hammer.
All right,
Yep.
because
Yay.
see, you and I are going on similar things, but slightly different. So what you're saying is basically word of mouth would have went crazy and people would have got up. My version is people sitting at home like, man, look, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just fighting some dude in the streets, some flying around. It's all right. And then like the night
No.
up, like, whoa,
Well-
hold on, is there a Hulk in this? Baby, get the keys.
Right, but what you do though is you take the best parts of the movie. I'm just saying, like, for their marketing, they didn't take the best parts of the
Bruh.
movie and put any of that in the marketing. Like, I saw the one video I saw that was like a special sneak peek behind the scenes was him getting beat up, and this dude could fight.
But the,
You
the
know me.
craziest thing,
Ever since he showed up in Winter Soldier, I've been talking shit like
You've been
this
like, he
dude
can't fight.
you can't
No,
fight.
you know what?
Bro, it was
The
a whole
rib
big
meme.
scene-
platform on Sam can't fight. So
Man,
I'm
The
the
we
rib
had
first
no
scene is
one.
in my top 5. Okay, the rib scene is seriously in my top 5. When he's fighting the dude in the church and he's like, I just felt one of your ribs go. You need a minute? I'm like, you know what? I'm in now. Not because I want to see Anthony Mackie get hurt. Okay. I kind of did after I watched Twisted Metal, but that's a different show. But because of the fact that they are really, 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 really pushing that he doesn't have superpowers, and I appreciate that a lot. Being a DC head and knowing that the Golden Age only had like 4 superpowered beings, everybody else was just regular people that were trying to make the world a little better with what they knew how to do. I'm down with that.
But,
I
but
just gotta say
you're
this.
inside baseball. I think that people want to see him surf on the damn missile. If he surfed on the
that's what I
missile in
wanna
the
see.
trailer, If
Yeah,
he
that
surfed
would
on
have
a
been cool.
missile in the trailer, that I think that alone would have been like, yo, he's
That
surfing
would
on a
have,
missile
You
with
know what?
and
wings.
The
also,
surfing on the missile is the scene of Black Panther jumping on that car and then exploding and him doing the
Yep,
backflip off
Yeah.
of it.
yep,
It's the same
yep,
thing.
or
yep.
show him doing the flip kicks with the shield, which was kind of cool. The room or
Okay.
something, smacking people.
Well, the
Also,
commercial did show him cutting the wings off the
I,
F-18.
but also
Yeah,
this,
but
and
that
not just
wasn't
in the
even as cool.
commercials,
That's not even as cool as surfing on a missile, though.
but
Like
but
with the water, the surfing on a missile was such a missed opportunity. When I saw that, I was like,
but
okay,
just
okay.
this, and I'm gonna just say this, and I guess we can move. But far as the marketing, and even not just the straight marketing, but far as interviews, different things, I never seen a movie was just begging to give away its plot in every interview,
Right.
everything is like. I like Mike always messes with me about spoilers because I do. I'm the podcaster. I get the synopsis. It helps me. That's my style. I want to know a little bit how some things go. I don't want no
Hold up.
terrible surprise. And if it's
You didn't
trash,
see
but you don't
any.
need to tell me the whole. Like the Hulk is in it. The leader's in it.
Wait.
This is going to be a Hulk 2 sequel. Blah blah blah. Betty Ross is going to be it. I'm like, yeah. All
So
right.
you didn't
The
see any
trailer.
marketing for John Wick 2 through 4?
Well, John Wick is John. That's
Yeah,
different.
but John Wick, this is
John Wick
completely
don't.
different.
John Wick don't have to carry nothing. John Wick
Right.
got
The,
to
whole,
carry.
That's true.
the
All
point
John
of,
Wick
the
got to
point
carry
of
is John
John Wick is the point of John Wick is the brutality. We go to see him brutalized
That
and
is a-
brutalized.
We
That's
go to
called
see that
brutalized
top-down
and
shot of
brutal.
him hitting people in the face
So
with the
long.
gun. You know what I'm saying?
One
Right.
is a Hong Kong actioneer that got turned into a mega franchise. The other one is a big is a part of a machine, and they get this is what they choose to give away, and they beg you to come and like with like
And
a bowl to please put some money in the bucket to come.
and
Like, come on.
he is built on these surprises and these cameos. What Marvel needs to do is to go back to basics. And y'all might kill me on this, but when I was watching it, I was like, this is the 2025 Iron Man 1. Y'all are going back to basics on this and kind of trying to open the world back up in a way that brings us, kind of gives us a little wonder. So I'm like, why are you spoiling everything? Like, let us freak out. When Nick Fury walks in from behind the couch and he's like, I'm forming a team.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
Red Hulk
like-
coming up on that podium should have been a surprise, man. Like,
This is one time I could have told. There's nothing I could have spoiled for you, Mike. They spoiled so hard. Like there was
Yeah,
nothing I could
they
do.
did give us the movie
I
basically.
couldn't tell you nothing.
that goes into what Solar's saying. Like, yo, that is cowardice. That's sheer cowardice.
That was
that you needed the
Yes.
Red Hulk to do anything, right? Like for the marketing, and like that was cowardice. They
And also-
ruined their own movie.
And I'm gonna go even real deeper. And I know this ain't all just Marvel, but Marvel has some say so. I know they're not gonna put them in a video game. I get it. I ain't stupid. I know how this works. But if you're going to do some marketing, the marketing even there in Marvel Rivals, they finally got a name spray. Do the spray earlier. Like do these things earlier. Say, oh, it's coming, or we'll give you an extra Bucky skin. Like I know you ain't gonna put him in the game, but also if you're gonna commit, and I don't know if you're gonna do Red Hulk, but go ahead and do a Red Hulk skin. Even if you gotta rip it from us, because video games, as Mike knows, they don't care about ripping something from you later, and you wanna make him a whole character. But go ahead and do the Red Hulk skin. If you're gonna do all this, find a way to get some of this in there. Now they're half-ass doing it on the weekend of, and this is a weekend. Also, just kind of like the timing. The Super Bowl just happened with Kendrick Lamar. You got this crazy real life political stuff going on. You have that. You have. I know the NBA All Star has its own problems, but it has that. You drop. First of all, maybe don't drop it on this time frame. I know you got to drop it in February.
No,
Maybe
I think what would have been really ballsy especially of Disney, since they've had political struggles with DeSantis in Florida and all that.
True.
Play up the evil president, yo. Man, that's zeitgeist shit right there, right? Like,
So now let's talk about word around the campfire.
mhm.
Because word around the campfire, and this is, let's write this off as apocrypha because I have not verified these sources, but according to a couple of according to the word around the campfire, was that one of the reasons for a lot of the reshoots was that the original plot of the movie that was supposed to come out 18 months ago was based on the idea that the White House didn't have a breakfast juice hue to it. Yeah. And the effects of November made them go, uh-oh, we'd better change a few things.
Understood.
Yeah. And I heard this about a month ago. And when I watched the movie, I'm like, oh, they did something interesting, because I noticed in the first couple of acts in the movie, Harrison Ford acted like our previous president. And then come that second half, he started acting like a metaphor. I mean, they weren't going to make an Orange Hulk. Don't get me wrong. but yeah, and I mean, when I say acting like the former guy in the round room, his performance was kind of, there was a strength there, but there was also kind of what's the term I'm looking for? Kind of a bafflement. You know, you kind of like, oh, yes, oh, this, yeah. Well, you know, they did all this stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm going to turn on the political operative for a minute. Now I'm turning it off, and I'm back to a doting old man. And I'm like, okay, which portrayal was this? Because I saw both parts.
I'll tell you what the portrayal is, that maybe 70-year-old something extra-year-old men don't need to be running the free world. When I was like, good Lord.
But
Crazy.
I also
Anyway.
I think if that's true, then the writing was wasted, because one, Harrison Ford is a doting old man around the same age as Bido anyway, so he acts like that in other movies as well. You know, he's kind of I mean, that's just the nature of his performances now. But also,
we're a long way from Indiana Jones. We're more like
right,
geriatric Jim.
But also, being, again, Marvel used to be the top tier, the cream of the crop. Even writing this, no matter who's in office, no matter where the winds are changing, writing it to fit the zeitgeist of what we have going on. You could have wrote him as both presidents, because you have a Jekyll and Hyde thing happening anyway. That's the nature of the Hulk. Yeah. You know, also story-wise, you have the nature of a guy who's angry, who's been hunting superheroes his entire career, and then because he feels a way now, and he wants his daughter back, and he's old and he's dying, and he had a death scare. Now he's trying to change his thing. All of that fits into the same narrative. So I don't understand why not just be ballsy and go to full 9, man. Like when the closer he gets to Red Hulk, yes, the closer he gets to our current administration. And that being in the narrative and pushing that forward in subtext and overtext is some meaty stuff that they could have been doing if they had more balls.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have paid money to hear the Hulk say bigly.
Yeah, man.
Well, obviously, again, Marvel. Marvel 2008 would have been able to do those parallels without being corny about it. I give them that.
But all right, cool. So I know we've been on for a minute, so I'll go in and throw it, because we've been on for a while. We ain't gonna hold y'all all day. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all out there, y'all only want a 20-minute show. I know who you are. Looking at me, I'm looking at you. So,
that's what editing's
Never.
for.
You'll never get it.
oh man,
You'll never get a 20-minute show.
oh man. So,
Deal
You'll
with
get a
it.
minute. You'll
So,
get 1
I'll-
minute. You'll get 3 hours. That's one of the two.
I'm gonna throw it to Coop. Final thoughts, and where can they find you?
Final thoughts, 20-minute show, man. Like, that dude probably disintegrated into the ether. But anyway, I hope you're still watching, sir. I'm sorry, we're just not ever gonna be 20 minutes. But final thoughts. I mean, overall, it's a movie that has its flaws. It has some good parts. Overall, it was just okay, not great, not bad. It is unfair to Mark Mackey that this movie needs to live something, and we have to have this referendum about is Marvel dead? Like, all right, look, I get it. I'm a Marvel fan. Jason is not, but we are tired of having this discussion. If it's dead, it's dead when it don't make no money at all, and they not making it. That is the
And
truth.
they made
That's what a
they
business
made about
a business
$200 million
segment.
this weekend. So I mean,
Like,
they're
y'all.
not too bad. Not too bad.
Look, just to cross over to our other things we talk about, like Xbox, that's closer to being dead than Marvel is being dead. That's how when you know something is dying. And Marvel, don't do like Xbox, start giving all your stuff away. Don't give your plots away. I don't care if they terrible. Just hold it to the vest. You might get lucky. But still, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the elitist critics who just like want this to die because they love to say we can make more real movies. Some of my favorite podcasters, I'll call them out. Bill Simmons, love Bill Simmons, especially when it comes to basketball. What do you? You want to say? What do you mean real movies? First of all,
Yeah, what does that mean?
these movies, the
What makes
people
this a
that
fake movie?
y'all are rooting for still get to be on the top streamers. Y'all get to be on Netflix. Y'all get to be on Amazon. Look, I know we laugh at Tubi, but look, Tubi hosts the Super Bowl. So you can be on these multiple platforms. There's so many different smaller.
Alert! Tubi is Fox. Tubi is Fox. Tubi is Fox. Continue.
So there you go. So it's not small. They just got a little.
They
funny,
pretend to be small.
pretend to be that, and you.
It's a lie. They're Fox. Keep
Yeah.
going.
So it is what it is. So, but there's so many smaller creators of color, black, if you will, if we can say that in 2025, because I don't say BIPOC. Get BIPOC out my face. Ask me why I say it later. It's just the B part. But anyway, the rest of it, eat that shit. But anyway,
Eat it.
but yeah, there's so many small creators who don't get to have these opportunities, and I just really would love to be like, black creators have always had to do with less. So when you say these real movies, it's not like we haven't seen rom-coms before. It's not like we haven't seen movies about white men with power, like tore up a whole country. The movie with Robert Downey Jr. about the bomb. Great for them. We always
Yeah.
go get World War II.
Yeah, and I mean, it's
we always gonna
February.
get.
We've already had like 3
Bruh.
horror films. Like, so
We
it's
always gonna get
other movies are being made.
vampire. We always gonna get vampire movies. They gonna tell Nosferatu story to the end of time. They're gonna do that more times. Hell, one of the movies I'm looking forward to is the Odyssey. They've been telling that story since before they could keep track of time and calendar.
It's only been 3,000 years, man.
So-
Come on, give me a break.
And I want to see it because I love the TV version with Vanessa Williams. I remember it greatly, but and I like reading it. So, but it's just like, what do you people need? Real movies. Marvel ain't stopping nothing that wasn't gonna stop. It's gonna always be some big popcorn movies. If you want to say
Always.
it's not superhero movies, if you want to say it's the big corporate side of it. But again, what do you mean? Because at the end of the day, these small movies still cost millions. So it's kind of like, all right, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. I get what you're saying, but even if you want to play it up to this true, you're a movie hero, you got I just named 4 platforms. There is no shame in being the number 1 Netflix movie of the weekend or the week. It looks good. People get roles out of that. People like, what's his name? Who make all them mob movies? He cut them checks. He always like talk all that shit, but he still cut them
Martin
checks.
Scorsese.
Yeah, he stopped him. Scorsese ain't stopped cutting checks.
Didn't he
Just
make
stop
the
cashing
biggest
it.
flop of 2024?
I don't
No,
think
that
so.
was Coppola.
Yeah, Coppola.
Oh, sorry.
Coppola,
Yeah, that was close.
Coppola
That was
burned his
Coppola.
own money.
Mixing
Man.
y'all up.
But at least Coppola had balls to burn his own money to the ground.
Always
You know?
has.
So
Always
you
has.
got it, do it.
Coppola got
So-
that winery money, so he good.
Yeah,
So
he
he-
gonna be all right.
He got to do what he want to do for a little. But ultimately, this movie's okay. It's not super great. It's not super bad. It doesn't deserve it. It's like it could just be a movie. It could be last, and then we can forget it. It's a popcorn movie. Cool. Is it a little hokey? Yes. Mackie was actually not the hokiest part of it. He did a lot with some bad dialogue, but I think he was a leading man. I don't know, man. It's like I don't have superhero fatigue. I just want good movies. I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts. I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. Now I will say this: Fantastic Four
Ooh.
better hit. It better
Ooh.
hit. It better hit. Like now that one, that ain't gonna have no. That ain't gonna have no excuse.
Y'all about to have the real Jason back when that come out. Whew.
Like that one, I better see a 8.59. So I'm gonna give Falcon a 7. It's cool. It'll do. It's not the bottom of the barrel. Looking at you, Thor 2-4, Shang-Chi, shoot, Marvels. And look, I know Jason loves Marvels. I hate Eternals. That's about 4 or 5 movies I just named there. So please miss me with this is the bottom of the barrel. Y'all just want to do that because it's a black man and it's Falcon and it's, you know, I don't even think they hate Mackie. I just think they hate the idea.
They hate the idea that a black man is doing something cool.
And but hey, if this was Captain,
like, you know, I don't know, Prisoner or something like that, they'd be fine. They'd be like, oh, it plays into all the stereotypes we have for black men, so it's awesome. They'd be like, they'd be like, oh, a black man in jail, oh man, this should get an Oscar.
You know,
so
I'm surprised we didn't touch on that.
So y'all find me at blurred.ish. I'm Geek Cooper on Facebook. You can go to the Facebook page. You will see me in Jackson, Mississippi, March 8th, 9th, maybe somewhere in Baton Rouge on the 29th. Yet to be seen. I'm working on something. Might be an underground punk rock show. Might be another anime. I don't know why everybody picks the same day. They're picking the same day hosts. I just let me get right. Let me get me. But anyway, that's where you can find me. It's coming up.
All right, we're Solar. Final thoughts. Where can they find you, man?
So, final thoughts for me on this one is, how can I put this? This movie was more than fine. Okay, it was more than fine. Again, Mr. Cooper just brought up quite a few movies that were not as enjoyable as this. You know, not as entertaining as this was. I will say I'm happy that Anthony Mackie is coming into his own as a leading man. I think he needs a little more unk time. Okay, he needs to do 1 or 2 more movies with Sam Jackson, maybe something with Lawrence Fishburne. Got to work his way up that ladder to hang out with Denzel for a little bit. But because I kind of see him as, and I've talked about this once or twice, it's like every generation there's only 4 black men that get work, and they're all archetypes, you know. And Anthony Mackie seems to be the new Will Smith. A lot of his.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just gonna say no. I'm sorry. That was like a reflex.
I see where he's coming from. They want him to be like
Denzel is the new Sidney Poitier, and Morgan Freeman is the new James Earl Jones. You know, and Kevin Hart is the new clown. You know, enter Martin Lawrence, enter Eddie Murphy, enter, you know, all that stuff. Now we got a Kevin Hart. We got. I
don't hate Mackie, but I can't give him that much props.
No wait. He's saying it's like that guy, like
I know
the action black guy.
Well, the action black guy with a hint of comedy. Oh man, I killed him.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry.
Jason said, man, he said I can't do it no more.
He's like,
man.
no, man, I can't with you. I
can't.
I get that a lot.
I gotta leave.
But
said, man, like I'm just going to the picture now. I mean, I can't do that.
Well, honestly, I saw it with I saw it with Civil War. I definitely saw it in Twisted Metal. I saw it in that one movie he did with Sam Jackson where they were buying property and stuff. I was a little mad at that one, and by a little, I mean just a little mad at that one. But but all in all, this movie was fine. I mean,
Okay.
I have paid more money for less as far as watching.
Oh,
I
boy.
actually enjoyed the Marvels, but I enjoyed it less than this. I think it's because I'm such a fan of Kamala Khan. And quite honestly, like if I were to give this a 1 to 10 rating, this is a solid 6/7. You know, this is a 6 or 7. You know,
Right.
this is not something I would pay to watch again after dark.
No.
But if I was bored on a Tuesday and I found a $2 theater, I'd be like, you know what? Let's watch Brave New World. I got nothing better to do. You know, I'm waiting on my friend's flight to get in. Why not? You know, it's that kind of thing. It beats sitting at a Denny's, you know? And, I know that's not a very high bar, but it is not deserving of the hate that it gets, especially against the stuff that was worse that didn't get half the hate. You know,
True that.
because again, there was not this much visceral hatred over the Eternals, and again, the Eternals was beautiful, but not entertaining.
I got a question. So I got a question. Does
Okay.
it beat sitting in a Waffle House though?
Huh?
Does it beat sitting in a Waffle House?
What time of day?
You pick it. You pick
Okay.
it.
Look,
Yes,
don't y'all go to no Waffle
No,
House.
it beats sitting in the Waffle House in the afternoon.
Y'all got Waffle Houses out there in Cali?
No, but
We
I've
got,
been.
we got Waffle Houses here in VA, and bruh, look.
Yeah. But like it beats sitting at the Waffle House at 2 in the afternoon, but nothing beats Waffle House at 3 a.m. So I'm just talking about
for the
from a
people
pure
watching it,
entertainment
yeah.
standpoint. You know,
Yeah.
Man,
because
look,
this movie
y'all-
didn't come with this movie didn't come with 10 pounds of food covered in gravy. So
Real talk
Oh,
though.
man.
Not that I mention this rapper ever again, but Mystical, he did beat a guy in the Waffle House here in Baton Rouge and talked about it in that song. But Mystical, get your life together. Y'all look up what's going on with him. Not give him no
Hey.
love on that, but
He probably still in jail
I-
doing something wrong. Who knows?
yes, he's in jail.
but
But yeah, but how cold it is that you beat somebody up at a Waffle House to go rap with.
there's
Anyway.
a whole lot of other things you could do for relevance. As
I
long
don't think
as-
that Waffle House. I think that was the one on Airline. It no longer exists. They got it's a Subway now.
Oh man.
I think Subway about to go out of business. But anyway, anyway,
Hey, De La Soul talked about Burger King, and it's still going strong.
true.
But
You know what I'm saying?
no, seriously, I would watch this movie again. You know, if I'm caught up on TV and there's nothing on YouTube, and I'm like, you know what, this is a fine addition to the Sam Wilson, story arc kind of thing. It doesn't make me look forward to the Avengers, but it does make me want another story featuring Sam Wilson
Yes.
and
That's okay.
Joaquin, because we didn't give him the flowers that he needed. The new Falcon was very, very, very welcomed on this one. You know,
May I ask another?
Word up. Word up.
May I ask you another question? Since you said that,
yeah.
since you said something, this will make you want another Sam Wilson movie. Would you like a movie where he's just maybe like say Sidewinder breaks out and he just plant bombs somewhere and it gets even grittier? Would you be happy for a smaller film with Sam Wilson doing that,
A smaller street level film shown like
or just more tense and tight of he got to capture before people die?
Facts. If I can get an Iron Man 2 level movie with Sam Wilson, that's what he needs. He just needs straight up an antagonist, reach down into the Marvel archives and pick out somebody that wants to take him down. I don't care if you have to get Crossbones' cousin that's mad that the original Crossbones got blown up. I don't care. But
Oh boy.
or bring out Baron Zemo going, I did not like Steve Rogers, but my time with you shows that you would make good adversary.
I don't
I'd
think
be
you could.
cool with that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
just straight up, a straight up Iron Man 2 level movie with Sam Wilson, maybe with the new Baron Zemo pulling the strings. That would be cool. That would be cool for me. You
you know
know,
what? I'm glad you mentioned. You know what? Bring back Justin Hammer. Let him work with the Surf Society.
bruh.
Just do some stuff. Maybe throw in the Tinkerer. I don't know if you want to just do people that's just
Okay.
crazy because he can't be no dumber. The Tinkerer can't be no dumber than what this leader was. He just can't
It,
be. It's just
you
not
know
possible.
what? Hey, at this point, they could bring in Paste Pot Pete. It would just be just as absurd.
Real talk. He's coming. He's
Man.
supposedly coming to the game. Believe it or not, Pace Pot
Wow.
Pete. That's the rumor. But anyway, sorry.
Oh my God. You just hurt me there, Mr. Cooper. But yeah, so if they brought in somebody, a Crossbones, a Napalm, or bring out one of the Punisher's bad guys to go against Sam Wilson, I'd be fine with that. Matter of fact, give me Sam Wilson in a story where he interacts with the TV universe people. Sam Wilson meets Luke Cage. Sam Wilson meets John Bernthal's Punisher.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking, did they ever put a conclusion to the Power Broker? He goes up
No.
Power Broker. Put Power Broker, Tinkerer, Surface Society.
I think she's supposed
Boom.
to come out in Avengers.
No.
But
Put her. You lower that down. No, you do not get to be in Avengers.
well, again,
Lower that-
with the
lower
Power
her to
Broker, with the Power
You don't
Broker, you
be-
still fall
Slide
into the
that
same.
down.
No, you still fall into the same problem that Captain America has, and this is why I took Serpent Society off the whole thing. Sam Wilson needs to deal with some friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff, but more individuals and fewer organizations. We need to see Sam and Joaquin against somebody and somebody else. Okay, Batman works because of his rogues gallery. Spider-Man works because of his rogues gallery. We don't need the Court of Owls every single story, and that's what Captain America turned into after a while. We don't need him against the whole organization of AIM. Maybe Zola. Bring Zola back, give him his robot body, put him up against Sam. Done. An Iron Man 2 thing. Maybe have Sam need to get help from the Punisher or get help from Daredevil so he can redeem himself from She-Hulk. Or even, oh my God, Iron Fist. Iron Fist, Sam Wilson, and Joaquin. I didn't say that actor playing Iron Fist, but just something on that level.
For me, just make it.
Or-
He got he's a federal. He's a G-man with wings. He got to capture somebody. He's do some hero stuff. Then he fly off and say today.
And
I'm
you know
cool with
what?
that.
I mean,
I'm cool with that.
I literally just wrote this. Baron Zemo and Baron Zemo and Armin Zola with Sam against Sam Wilson, Joaquin, and Misty Knight. That's the movie. That's all you need. If you get that, Misty Knight and Falcon
But then you know what's
kind
gonna
of hook
happen?
up a little bit.
You know what's gonna happen?
hmm.
Then here they come. Why are you bringing Misty Knight back? I don't want Misty Knight. Man, look, shut up. All right, and y'all, I would, if green like this man. If it brings back Misty Knight and the Misty Knight that I want, yes.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, give me Misty Knight.
Jason said, I don't want her in here. I don't want her. She ain't allowed.
She need her own
we
show,
can't.
though.
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Jason.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We got you. We got you.
So
We
yeah,
got
I
you.
mean
Yeah,
that's the whole
yeah.
thing. It makes me want another Sam Wilson story on that level. Captain America hooks up. What is it like? There's another team, the Defenders or the Invaders. Sam Wilson makes up the Invaders, consisting of some of the Heroes for Hire people and some other some other lower tier Marvel characters that they haven't brought in. And since Sam is the one-on-one I believe in you person, matter of fact, he was teased. If I get a story with Sam Wilson, Misty Knight,
Quick question.
and the Black Knight, that'd be fine.
Another question.
That'd be absolutely fine.
Because you say
Bring
Mr.
in
Knight,
Kit Harington, give him a sword, give Captain America a speech,
Once you say Mr. Knight, my mind is already workshopping. Just quick question. It would be Jason. I'll shut up with the questions. Just name drop. Who do y'all we'll just 1, 2, 3 go. Who would y'all like to see as Miss Knight? And I'll say she gotta be probably under 40, because she just play for longevity purposes. Maybe like 30 to 40 range.
So meaning we're not. So there's no possibility at all to bring back the old actress.
Let's just say, because it would depend on her contract. Now, if you could, yes, but let's just say you're probably going to get a new one if they ever bring back Mr. By the time they bring back Mr. Knight, it will probably not be that.
Yeah, because notice who got brought back from the Netflix. That's all we saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all we saying.
Oh,
Luke said he ain't get a phone call.
We just got to assume Mr. Knight ain't coming through that door. Luke Cage ain't coming through that door. Not yet. Luke Cage might come back.
We leave him where he is.
I would be cool with the young lady. She was in the new series, or the newest, I think, series of 24, and she played Starfire on Titans.
Okay.
I like
her. I think she's dope. I cannot pronounce her name, but I do think she's dope.
I just know I'm not saying. I just know that I'm glad I'm hearing stuff like DeWanda Wise, that Kiki Palmer are in the mix for some roles. We don't know. I want them. Yes, bring them in. I know Kiki she do her little crazy things, but she can act. She can act. I don't know.
DeWanda Wise, she kind of like does a couple roles here and there, but she seems like kind of like low key. Like she hasn't really blown up yet.
I just feel like we need somebody black and somebody kind of hard that especially the Wanda Wise, just optics wise. I mean, she can act, but optics wise too. She, in my opinion, Misty Knight doesn't look like she's approachable. Like she shouldn't look like like how Halle Berry, they got her to play Storm, and Storm doesn't look like a Halle Berry. I don't want a Halle Berry to play.
I got you.
I would be happy for DeWanda Wise with Storm. I'll take it. That's an improvement. That's an improvement.
I don't know if I agree with the street level Sam stories. I think this movie has proved that Sam is beyond street level. I don't necessarily want to see Captain America on the street with the Punisher.
I mean, but he's done it a couple times, like at least in the comics,
Well, when I say street level, I mean not against an entire government collapsing organization.
Right. We don't want to do that for a fifth time. I got you.
Right.
I kind of feel like one of the things I like, it's gonna sound weird because y'all think I'm a hater, but I'm not. I just like good movies. One of the things I like about Marvel, especially old, pre-Endgame Marvel, was the idea that they were really good at taking what was there and subverting it, and then creating something new, and then running with that. And I think what we need to run with in the way of Sam is, especially if we're getting away from Sam being, government organization fighting Cobra every day. I think we need to take Sam to Wakanda. I think there's a narrative there where Sam is learning more about blackness and what it means across the globe as Captain America. And there's a Dora Milaje, Sam hunt for T'Challa kind of thing going on here. And it's like this run and gun, globe spanning thing where they got some hint that T'Challa ain't dead. Or if we don't want to do T'Challa, or if we don't want to do,
I gotta disagree.
Or if we don't want to do T'Challa, there's a hint that the Black Marvel is somewhere.
I'm not against a globe-trotting film.
No,
Yeah.
I
I'll
absolutely.
I think
take globe
Sam
trotting.
works. Sam has wings, so
Mhm.
he can't be grounded. He can't be on the ground. We gotta have something where he's doing something with his wings. And I think globetrotting is that thing. I also think, again, Wakanda just enriches the blackness, or maybe he just makes stops in Wakanda. Maybe he makes stops in where does
Yo,
Riri live?
Madripoor?
I'm
Wherever
feeling
she
you.
lives.
All right, peep this. I'm feeling you.
Mm.
Captain America, but in Africa, the whole film. Something goes on. Some person stole something or broke something, terrorized something, but he's hiding out. Last known place was in Nigeria, right? So when he comes in, he's like, "Yo, I stopped in Wakanda. Look, guys, I know this is y'all backyard. I know. I see the suit. I get it. But we're looking for this guy. And also, we got intel that he's getting ready to blow something up in Liberia. So, like, I know I'm stomping in your backyard. Can I roll here? And also, I need y'all help because I don't know nothing about this. Boom. Now we're going Egypt, Liberia, Ghana, South Africa. We're coming back
So
up to Ethiopia. And
maybe like a
but
safe house.
but that script is gonna get
You know what?
when I
Oh,
put that
wait,
script,
I
they're
Look,
gonna
got,
have
hold up.
all
let me
kinds.
add
They
to
gonna
it.
be
Let
like
me add
this.
to it.
They
Let
gonna be
me
on
add to it.
the
Let me add
keyboard
to it.
typing.
Let me add to it. Let me add to it. So Isaiah Bradley has found the blue marble, but he don't want the world to know because the blue marble messed up or some kind of way. He got to stay secret, right? So he is spanning the globe, running on the run with the blue marble because maybe that was his homie back in the day or something like that. And Sam got to find them before the other factions find them, right? And then he
Safe
stops
house.
Wakanda
Yeah.
all over
It's
the
gonna
world.
be. It's not gonna be
Globetrotting,
capture or kill. It's
Captain
gonna be
America,
kill
I
order
Captain
only.
America.
hate to be the voice of dissent on this.
Uh oh. He about to
Oh,
tell us we can't have Christmas.
oh,
No. I'm not saying you can't have Christmas. I'm proposing something different. All right, because I'm against the whole Wakanda thing for two reasons. All right.
All right.
Number one, Falcon was the first African American superhero, period. All right. He was the very first. And though Black Panther was the first comic book character that looked like us, he didn't grow up on our streets. I'm mainstream. He didn't grow up on our streets. He didn't have our experience. Now, I love Wakanda. I love Black Panther. However, only thinking about the lens of Marvel's blackness through the lens of Wakanda only and Wakanda every time, I think is dangerous.
see,
Okay?
that's not what I'm proposing. I'm proposing to expand on another side of Killmonger's view with Sam going to Wakanda. So he is African American in Wakanda. And we're seeing in the comic books that they kind of got hoods in Wakanda too. Like that new Black Panther book is where T'Chaka is from. That's kind of a hood, right? So
Well,
we're
the hood in
exploring-
Wakanda, maybe.
Well, I mean, for Wakanda, yes. But what I'm saying is we're exploring the multifaceted blackness that's in the Marvel universe now. And I'm proposing we enrich Sam's blackness with going back to Wakanda the same way someone would go back to Africa and feel enriched because they stood at
We'll see.
the
the
door
gate
of
of
no
no
return.
In all honesty, we've already got Riri kind of doing that. With Sam, I'm with you on the Globetrot, but I think he should be the Black American man doing the Globetrotting, but he goes to other places in the Marvel universe outside of Wakanda. Let me cook here for a minute.
Go ahead.
To show the Ta-Nehisi Coates point. Okay, drop him off in Egypt for a hot minute. He gets to talk to Moon Knight and what's her name, and show him around different points in the world, like England, London, England, Paris, France. Let him get to Australia. Let him go to Brazil. Let him go all over the world, and show that he gets love from everybody else in the world. That everybody else in the world sees Sam as Captain America, except America.
You know what I want?
You cooking,
All
and,
right.
and I'm with you. I'm with you. But
Okay. Okay.
as executive producer on this thing, we have to go to Wakanda at least for a time.
See,
Because
I have to disagree because as
because
soon as
one,
Wakanda
the
comes up
wings-
on screen,
I'm gonna tell you
all
why.
people are gonna remember.
I feel you, but I'm gonna tell you why he got to go to Wakanda. Because his wings are from Wakanda.
Yeah.
We're expecting Wakanda a little bit, and it's great fan service that he go to a nightclub in Wakanda and hang with Okoye or something. We
This
got
is what
to do that. You gotta do
want.
that.
This is all I want. This is all I want. Safe House. Follow me. Safe House plus Face Off. Him versus Sidewinder Part 2. Just beat the hell out of each other. Murder. Make Sam crazy. I mean,
Not
make
face
Sam.
off though.
Like, I
was about to say, wait, what's
He
the
went
face
straight
off?
up.
Element?
I mean, just Face Off was cool.
Didn't
How
He
they
be in
market.
prison with
Isn't
the
there a part
magnetic
of face off
boots?
where he like throws a kid into the water? What? Like
He got the magnetic boots, Buzz, magnetic boots.
Esposito face, Sam face on it, and they just dumb. It black
Oh,
like it's
man,
the 90s.
No,
I'm going crazy. I know. I'm just saying, but just look, that would be cooler marketing than this.
Me
big
and
red-
Solar just
big
fired
red
you off
head.
the project. We gotta
I'm
lose
gonna
you,
get-
y'all.
I use my own wine money. If we pretending like I'm like it's better than that big red hand reaching out, crushing the shield.
Yeah, I mean, but see, yeah, I'm reluctant in using Wakanda in everything starring a black person in Marvel
But
because
they never use it though. They've only used it
the Dora Milaje
they only used it 3 times.
was in the show. Then the whole climax of not Endgame but Infinity War was in Wakanda.
But that was
Wakanda has had
everybody.
2
that was
movies.
everybody's movie though.
So
That won't like
at
a black
this point,
movie.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
You know,
I'm all for hand wave action. Just it don't matter no more. They gonna crush all this shit very soon in sequel. It's gonna be trash compact is about to happen. We'll be lucky to get Wakanda anytime soon. The way it ain't get blown up, where it ain't a problem. Just
now, quite honestly,
let that brother go there and just have a drink and just
now,
be like, cool.
now I would save Wakanda. Let that be Riri's exploration, and depending on how Doomsday goes, that brings us to where Wakanda should really be.
I'm gonna say this,
And that is the war between Wakanda, Latveria, and Talokan.
if Star Wars can keep going back to that same dusty planet, we can keep dropping in on Wakanda to say, "Hey, what up, y'all?"
I think
All
I
black
think-
heroes
I
should
think-
get
I
a
think
first
the-
trip head.
I think the blackity black connection got to stay strong in the Marvel.
we need it.
Maybe
We need it, man.
I'm okay
We
with
need
the blackity black connection, but now that Wakanda is sending people out, like have Sam visit the schools that T'Challa set up. You know, have the Dora Milaje keep popping in just like they did with the show, but leave the country to the. We don't want Wakanda to look like it's got open borders, nor do we need the movie going public to go, it's got a black. We don't want it on the Marvel movie black character bingo card. All right, we
No,
don't need,
I
like,
kinda-
hey, Luke Cage
I-
is there.
it's-
Bet
okay,
they go to
now,
Wakanda.
hold on.
Hey,
I have
Alright.
zero problem with the bingo card, but also Sam has never actually been there in other than what was that?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. He's never actually chilled there in like a chill capacity, and I feel like that is necessary.
You know what?
At least
have him on like a what you call it mission, like as an emissary, and then he still got to chase Sidewinder. There's rumors he's in another country. He go there, hey man, thank y'all for the wings, and then he
You
dip
can play-
and he start the story.
actually
what?
you can play off of that and what
Is he
Solar
get-
is saying.
I
When
could
He's
see
a man.
it.
He's a
I can
G
see
man. At the
it.
end of the day, he's a G man.
I could only see it in one scene. One scene.
Well, I can see it.
And
Alright,
let me pitch the scene. All right.
Alright.
Because yeah, Sam is doing the whole thing, and he's got to go pay his respects, especially and say what's up with Shiri and meet Riri, because those two haven't met. All right.
He can see
But-
her in Boston, man. Ain't no way
The
to
o-
do that.
but the only way I would be cool with this is if Don't hate me for what I'm about to say, but I'm
Uh-oh.
going off the show. All right. If he's going there to meet up with Bucky, because Bucky's got closer ties to Wakanda than Sam does. So
That's the problem.
hang on. He's there meeting up with Bucky as Bucky is creating a new home or trying to set connections for a new home in order to prepare to ask Sam's sister to marry him. If it's marry me and we live here, do you think your sister will be cool with that?
I'm gonna disagree.
That's the
You know
kind of
why?
scene that I can see.
You know why I'm gonna say this? Because now that he running for senator, you know they ain't gonna let him marry.
I know. But peep this.
They gonna be like, ah, no.
I'm gonna roll off Coop and Solar Point for a second. So okay, you don't want to go to Wakanda because you're like, hey, everybody go there, right? So okay,
No,
say
I
something's
don't want to go to Wakanda because I don't want people
Oh, yeah.
thinking that if it's starring a black superhero, we gotta like. I don't
So-
want people thinking that black superheroes ain't nothing without Wakanda. That's what my concern is.
Now, but let's play with that for a second. So in this movie, he has to go to Wakanda, and he's like, "Well, why did y'all pick me?" And the president is like, "Well, you know, it's Wakanda." So, and he's like, "Really?"
Oh.
So it's kind of
Oh.
like, so we kind of get to play off of that where it's like, "Oh, so that's why."
Harrison Ford.
And then
Steve
even
Rogers.
play off of it on Okoye's side when he gets over there. Okoye or the Ayo, the other lady, the one that was about to fight Black Widow.
The one that took his arm in that confrontation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like basically, when he shows up, be like, "Hey guys, look, they sent me because they be like, because you're black," and be like, "Yeah, I'm here because I'm black." They could have sent anybody else, and then like they could actually have like a quick back and forth about that. Like,
You know what?
come on in.
Ayo or Okoye be like,
Or you
isn't
flip
Bucky
it.
part of the government?
Or you
Yeah,
flip
all
it.
right. All right. You know what? I can see.
Let's
I'm
take
gonna
it and flip
say
it.
Bucky acting funny because now he got that senator money, that congressman money. So he don't
he
even show
ain't
up.
shaved in a minute. I mean,
Nah.
I know I ain't, but I
He-
mean,
you
don't
know,
worry
he-
about all that. I'm gonna
He acting
shave
funny
soon.
with the whole situation, but I like that, Mike. I like where you coming from. We get some good black jokes,
Yeah.
and then they all have a drink together and share some information, and
Okay.
then
You know
they
what?
dap each other off,
But-
and we out.
But with that said, let's all be for real. If we were all black superheroes, if we were all superheroes right now,
I'd be there every day.
it'd be like, so you been to Wakanda yet? And like, if you ain't been to Wakanda, it's like,
You phony.
Now, here's my
we ain't
question.
real though.
Now, here's my question. All right. Which of the Ultimates has not been there yet? Has Blue Marvel been there in the comic?
I don't
Blue
know.
Marvel worked with T'Challa, so I mean, I assume he's been there.
Maybe. Hey,
Probably.
just because you work with T'Challa doesn't mean he taking you home. He's already got a hard enough time with his people.
I wouldn't take Blue Marvel.
You know.
I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't.
Second, has Brother Voodoo gone to Wakanda?
Does he still exist in the comics? I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorcerer
he's
Supreme currently.
he works
All right,
at
cool.
Strange Academy. Or
Good.
Yeah,
at least
that's
last
why
time I
that's
checked.
something. Like, is he still? They still
Boy,
use
for
him?
Dr. Strange.
He's like a principal at Strange Academy.
He got tenure.
Yeah.
He kicking the truth to the young black youth, or well, I
And
guess
see,
the
this-
young
this
black.
is-
He DEI at Strange.
Hey,
Yeah, so this is kind of the
They
point that I'm
revoked his
trying to
tenure.
get
But
at.
Solar, you say
Yeah.
this about Wakanda, but every time a black person does voodoo or have magic powers, they got to roll through New Orleans. I'm just saying.
I'm kind of against that too.
I'm not.
I'm like roll them through Haiti,
It's cool.
roll them
I
through,
think-
roll them through,
Roll through New
roll 'em through
Orleans.
Brazil.
In terms of Dr. Voodoo, and since this is a globe-trotting thing, and since Sam is from New Orleans, we can start there. Dr. Voodoo is there. There's a
Okay.
disturbance in the force, Mr. Captain America, and it is quantum powered or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, where's
Cool.
Isaiah?
Word. We dealing with like, all right, some kind of like a Crossbones type of dude that maybe's been resurrected in some way, but it's some mystical stuff going on. Sam don't really believe it, right? So
What was-
Sam,
what was
they
his
like, yo,
name?
you need to go talk to Dr. Voodoo. And he's like, Dr. Voodoo, then you get the Papa Legba, then you get like the Ogun technique, then you go from Papa Legba in New Orleans to Wakanda to speak to, man, look, we good,
Also,
we good. We
I
got
wouldn't
black
make that the
people.
whole movie.
Also,
I would just make
also
that like the
Sam
beginning.
got to go. Sam got to go in the bayou because he's a sailor. You know what I'm saying? His family be sailing the bayous
Yeah.
and junk, you know.
And you know
saying?
what? Let
So
him
he
run
got
into
to-
man thing at that point too. You know, let him find out that he ain't equipped for Marvel magic. But beyond that, and what was his name? I forgot his name. Luke Cage, season 2. Dude with the worst
Bushmaster.
West Indies. But yeah, serious. Sam against Bushmaster in Haiti? You know, calling up Brother Voodoo? You know, I mean, that's
Okay.
the kind of thing. You know, I mean, it looks like you guys are like stuck on making this a all black, a blackety black
Yes.
Falcon, blackety
Yes, we
black
be
thing.
having all white movies. Why we can't have
Hey,
an all
man.
black
Well,
movie?
okay, look, I was just going off on Captain America
I
as the
love-
symbol of these
Bruh,
good parts.
I love when Luke
No,
Cage, some of my favorite
I
Luke
like-
Cage stuff, when Luke Cage say, let's start Black Avengers. And he'll be like, kind of in a room. That was during the new Avengers. And he will always hint at it. He'll be like, what's
Which is
up, man?
funny.
What's up?
I love.
and-
I listen. I want the black parts to be prominent.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now,
Okay.
I love the globe-trotting aspect of it, going to Brazil, going to New Orleans, going to
that's dope.
Egypt, going to, Italy or Rome or whatever. I want it to be globe-trotting. I'm just saying that the black people are the characters that are doing the globe-trotting. That's what
I'm
I'm
with
saying.
that.
And when you stop in a place with the other black folk, you dap. You dap.
Yeah, I'm-
you
yeah.
drink,
I
and you
make
make
a-
some drink.
I'm down with all that. I'm really
That's what
down
I'm
with
saying.
all that. But if we're talking about, again, this came up because I want to see Sam in something else before Avengers. Again, Globetrotting, we're absolutely there. My big thing about Wakanda, like I said, I mean, you brought up the Voodoo New Orleans thing. I'm with that. But Angola, Candomblé, and all the other practices that voodoo is a part of as far as the diaspora goes, we need to see more of that. Last time we saw Haitian voodoo was Serpent in the Rainbow in 1986, bro.
We can go.
We saw it in Marvel with freaking
I'm-
Cloak and
only-
Dagger.
the
Unless I'm the only
reason-
person who saw that, because I don't
No,
think
Cloak and
anybody
Dagger
watched
was a fresh show. I
The
enjoyed
only
it.
reason that I attribute Dr. Voodoo to New Orleans is because of the connection there with Strange Academy and all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
have-
and he's
if-
from
if
New
we
Orleans.
doing-
Don't get me
If
wrong.
we going straight Vodun and we going back to Africa with it, I feel like even Wakanda can lead to the voodoo connection because there's mysticism there too. And they say, oh, well, it's not here, but it's there. And I'm fine with that. My only issue is, so like Mike was saying earlier, we got Thunderbolts coming up. Ain't there a Negro in Thunderbolts? And nobody's batting an
it's
eyelid.
kind of a
It
good
ain't,
thing.
it ain't gonna be.
Except for maybe, what's her name? Ghost. She's
Yeah, Ghost, and
Yeah.
she's Middle Eastern.
okay, there you go. I thought she
But
was
yeah,
black.
and
So ain't there a Negro in Thunderbolts and nobody's tripping. Like, so I want all the Negroes.
I'm not saying I'm
It can't
against having
fly.
it all Negro. I'm saying
Right.
if we gonna make it all Negro, cool. But Negro should not be synonymous with Wakanda in regards to the Marvel universe.
Look, this was
I
gonna
don't know
happen.
if we can
We
get away
everywhere.
with it. I don't know if we
No.
can even get away with it. I
They
feel
gonna be
you.
like-
we can. I
I
seriously
feel
think
you.
we
And
can.
if this was
They
a
gonna be like,
perfect
I
world
hate
where we didn't have
Sam.
to do fan service, then yes.
You know?
They
But
gonna be like, I hate Sam, but then they gonna be like, Thunderbolts is so great.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Yeah, man, Thunderbolts. I'm telling
It's gonna
look,
be Marvel's dead. Marvel's alive.
they're gonna
Marvel's
be,
back.
man. Look, all right, but so I'll say this: this was during Reginald Hudlin's run of Black Panther. Black Panther he had a bachelor party somewhere in, like, I think it was like New Orleans or whatever. But anyway, it was Luke Cage. I think Brother Voodoo was there. but then like there were vampires around, so Blade showed up, and then they had to fight and stuff. Like, yo, so you could do some stuff where it was like, yo, everybody was together, and for a second, Luke Cage was like, yo,
Bruh,
man.
it was
He was like, yo, we all here, and Blade was like, I work on my own.
three,
And it was like,
three the hard
There's
way.
only ever gonna be
It
one
was
Blade.
what was that book? Three the hard way, or it was the one where they was like helping Monica Rambeau after the flood after Katrina, and you got to see Monica, Luke Cage, I think Blade popped up, maybe Black Panther, Misty Knight. Man, I think that's one of the books that got flooded for me in my 2015 flood. So I need to go, and those books are not cheap to even get just like a reprint.
Yeah.
They ain't
And you know
around.
what? I would be down if Marvel did a what was the name of the team? Was it the Squad, the Marvels, the Ultimates, the crew?
the crew?
If they did a crew film, I'd be down. Okay.
Man,
Like I said, my biggest thing, and I'll just keep
wrote
saying,
the crew film.
Yeah, we kind of just wrote.
I'll just keep saying it.
Marvel
I don't
crew,
want the
Marvel
movie
crew,
going public.
Finish the check.
think
Story
that
by.
Black's-
We got it.
I need heroes for hire. With
Yeah.
Misty is the lead, and Luke pops in and out with a proper Iron Fist, not no garbage. Or
Keep bringing Luke Cage into this. As
But-
executive producer, I say no Luke Cage.
I said bring in, like, he pops in
He
and
pops
out.
in.
Notice what I said.
We can't have heroes
In
with
fact,
higher.
Dude,
And you know what?
Know it, Jason. Nightwing Restoration.
And no, I'm
And
gonna
you
stick
bring
on-
in some
no,
heroes for hire people.
I'm going 10
Nightwing-
toes down on Luke Cage for one reason.
Because he
One
bald headed.
comic
All right,
book.
bald headed brothers got to be represented.
No, it ain't even that. Because the dude crossed the planet to go into a hostile country to punch the leader of a sovereign nation in
Oh
the
my God, I hate this.
who
story
has
so
the
much.
tech and the money of Reed
Yes.
Richards, the sorcerer's
telling you.
prowess
I hate this.
of Doctor Strange, and he's like, "Pay me my money."
Listen to me. As a
And
TV
Doctor
executive,
Doom was like, "Wait, you came all the way here from? How much does my man owe you? $200.
so
You crossed an ocean for $200. It's
Listen to
the
my money.
principle.
It-
Doom respects
so-
that. Is
so
your
as-
money cool?
as a New Orleans hustler and a man that comes from hustlers, as sort of a revolutionary on the other side of that coin, it doesn't enrich me to know that he flew all the way over there for $200 and put the fear of God supposedly in the Doctor Doom or whatever he did.
Well, no, he
intimidated
didn't
Dr.
put the
Doom or
fear of God
whatever.
in Doctor Doom.
Exactly.
He got
exactly.
Doom's respect.
Okay,
He
you
got
got
Doom's
Doom's
respect.
respect. That's wonderful.
Okay.
You
The only
got
other
Trump's
person in
respect.
Marvel
Fine.
that's got
But-
Doom's respect is Captain America. Steve.
Okay. Okay. But my thing is, you went all the way over there, smack Doom, take over Latveria, and make another Wakanda. I ain't trying to hear all that for $200.
You just can't get past Wakanda.
2025.
Came up with the idea that this dude would go over there for $200. That's so
I'm telling y'all.
like, did a black person write that? I
Night-
hate when you bring up that story because I hate it so much.
Nightwing or whoever was Restoration. Sexy Mr. Knight. Sexy Colleen Wig. Hit show, y'all. Hit show.
True.
Put them the Daughters of the Dragon. You put them in the cat suit. You know what that cover look like. Hit
You know
show,
what?
I promise you.
He said,
You know
hit
what?
show.
Do it.
He's not, all right, let's be honest.
Bring in the Midnight Angels.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, bring in the
They
Midnight
get a
Angels.
PI, bro. Ode to the detectives. Like, and then you bring in bald-headed, long-headed Luke Cage in a little
Are-
bit.
Are
ain't
you,
got the
wait,
star
are
in
you
it, just
talking
come in
Cagney and
out.
Lacey in the Marvel Universe?
Oh my God.
The sexy version.
I'm hearing
with the
dollar
swords.
signs.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I'm kind of hearing dollar signs on this.
Anyway,
You
look,
Get
Solar,
Monica
look,
Rambeau to guest star every once in a while.
Solar, look, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm about to wrap up. Come on.
I'm not gonna.
Y'all can
executive-
find me at
Yeah.
twitch.tv/BID_P. Yeah, I do live casting about games and writing and pop culture and things like that. Been doing painting tutorials, which has been rather cool. So yeah, y'all can find me there. And I know this was supposed to be final thoughts, and we went on for a whole nother hour.
It's all good. It's good. So anyway, now Jason, final thoughts.
At
where can we find
133 Art or at 133 Art Publishing on all the platforms except the right wing one. and 133art.com is the hub. Come holla. We're about to go back into these Kickstarter streets. If you're on IG and Facebook, you may have seen our ads for the One Nation Omnibus. It is 13 issues of One Nation. The first story arc. I'm sorry, not 13. I'm sorry. 8 issues of One Nation. The first story arc, 52 extra pages. And if you sign up for our reservation on our landing page, you get 40% off cover price if you sign up. So if you've seen our ads, follow the rabbit hole, go sign up, and holler at us on Kickstarter real soon.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Final thought for me, I'll just say I'm glad to see that Marvel is letting us know that people are not alone. Like we saw Bucky come in for a second. We heard about sort of the wrapping up of Incredible Hulk. We got to see Betsy, even though I mean she's not a big deal, but at least we know that there's other people. This matters. This matters to other people. It's just not like this one person's movie by themselves and no one else. You know, we got to see how Japan felt about this. We got to see how, you know, France felt about this, and like the whole world, you know, watching in and what's going on at the island. So we got to see like, oh, so there's other people that live here. So I enjoy that. Give me more of that. Let me know that other heroes know what's going on. Like they have cell phones. They have the news. They, you know, let us see that. Because you did that. They also did that in the show. You saw how Wakanda showed up. Like, so why did you break him out? Like, like, so what's going on? You got 8 hours. So, so with that said, of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz, and Blue Sky. Till the next time that you have to surf on a missile, we're just saying peace.
And Betty lives. Betty lives.